So yeah, this is going to be a bit weird. Let's start anyway. So yeah, I found this series, and this is one of the series I'm like, okay, let's look at it, let's see what it is, let's like be okay. What would I watch of it? And like I'm like, okay, it was one of the things I'm like, I was adding Channel 4 and like Adult Swim because I was leaving in a bit, but this is not season 1. Hence why I didn't review it ages ago. Again, I think I watched this November, December of like last year. And then I just stopped. Well, I didn't stop. I just watched all 4 seasons and didn't review any one of them. Which is why I was going to come back every so often. But it's here now. And what do I think? Even though it was like maybe a while. It's fun. It's cool. It's weird. There's some stuff I don't get because I have not seen season 1. Like, there's certain character interactions I'm like, what? And why did I finish it? Even though I know. Usually I'm like, oh, why I can't watch this series because this is season 1. Because I knew it was going to leave Adult Swim. So if I watch this and then come back to season 1. So yeah. And then I realised a lot of the seasons are a lot of disjointed. Besides one character maybe showing up and then whatever happens in the other ones. But again, that's for later. You don't really have much of a connect. But this is interesting. 100%. What this is. So yeah. The one thing that I like is that you have this whole moment of when the 2 characters sort of like I'll keep fighting and then they become one, which I like that idea of like fusing, which is interesting. I like 2 characters become one reason why I like Steven Universe, to be like, ooh, what would the fusion look like, besides the point of the show. But again, there's a lot of stuff I don't get. There's stuff I do get and I do generally understand, but I feel like there's certain interactions that I'm missing. Again, season 2, haven't watched season 1 because I'm an idiot. But yeah. Besides this being season 2, wow, have I mentioned that enough? 1, 2, 3. It's just some stuff I'm missing, but this is just weird and fun. It does stand alone as its own season, hence why it's progressive and not season 2, season 3. But yeah, it is fun. And I hope you enjoy, and good night. So here we go again. Yeah, no, I know that's kind of stupid, but I like it. And it does kind of make sense. I don't know. So yeah, I kind of recorded this because I've got an intro. Anyway, I like this. This is fun, and again, this is going to be a bit short because, one, November. I've been holding it back because I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. And as soon as I get rid of this, like, should I just not want to review this? Yes. That is 10 times better than what I'm currently doing. Why not? I don't think it's that long actually until let me just check. Yeah, I've got something here. I think, yeah. Grudge is on the 5th of April and Shoegrave is on the 10th. So the 10th of April would be sort of like the last time I review any of these. But for now, it's here. So yeah, this thing exists, it's here, and yeah. So yeah, the one thing I like about this, which is a spoiler, is the idea of a show is moving forwards. With school, you have that sort of safe structure place that allows you to be in that sort of like safe place. That sort of place of, besides certain things with school being unpredictable, tests, other people existing, most of the like day-to-day is you go to this class, you do this class, you learn this thing, and you do this. It's very structured. The working world is not that. It's very chaotic. It's very unpredictable. And I like the idea that sometimes being this safety, I know it's not specifically with school, it's specifically with the past, and specifically with relationship, that could change because sometimes you have to move forwards. I like that. I know there's technically another meaning, but I do like that meaning. The other meaning, which I like, which I think is in other shows, definitely another anime that I reviewed about like two people who go off and sort of play table tennis and then come back, which is also LGBT, which I love. Not because I am, I don't know, and quite frankly, I have my own self-worth issues to even question that to begin with. Anyway, the one thing I like is the idea that one of them's like, we have this friendship, we're really good together, and I don't want to go forward. And it's even morphing because it's like two females who want to be in a relationship, but because of like social things, it's like, oh, I don't know how this is going to affect our friendship, how, like society, and you have to sometimes take a risk, move forward with that. And I just like the idea of the last one. This definitely goes back to, I think, Grudge, which has this idea, which is really fun, because they do this fun idea. But I do love this as a concept. But yeah, I think this is fun. And again, 10th of April, when I finish all of this. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this, and obviously, another one of these ones. Let's go. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night. So now we got, oh wait. Oopsie. I forgot about this one. So yeah, this one. I kind of forgot this because of how I did it. I kind of moved everything around and then looked what was on number 2 when the next one for yesterday would have been what would be today number 1 and what was number 1. So now I'm not going to do that. Anyway, this, I think this is not as good. I like it, I find it interesting, but because the first one I watch has one character from that moved to season 2, I love and season 4 connects quite a bit with the second season I watched. This one is interesting. There is one character that I am going to say does come back at this. Is, I think, the only character in all 4 of these. But besides the talk about the space and the travel, it's sort of like, the one thing I will say, I love this art style. I know we have the one which is this one, which is for the other 1, 2, 3, but it makes it really interesting and looks really sort of like fun. So yeah. The only really thing that I like about spoilers, and it is quick, is the whole thing is about going with the space trip. And I like the idea of like trying to sneak on board is fun, but it's in this chaotic way. Again, I don't really remember this. I just want to talk about this so I can be like, yes, I finally did this. This is stupid, I fully admit that. But 2, I am going to talk about the next one, and the idea that there's 2, and this sort of shows the impact of the world getting destroyed, is interesting. But yeah, I do think this is interesting. Again, it's not my favourite thing of this 3 series, which is fun, because it is completely disconnected, but not completely. There are through points. Again, I feel like I'm missing stuff from, again, the first one I watched, but finally, we're actually going to go back to this one. I promise this time, this is correct. But yeah, good night. Now, let's finish this. For now. I don't know if there's another season. Again, season 1, I don't know. But let's do it. So yeah. I don't have much non-spoiler stuff to talk about. There's a lot of like season 2, 3 where I'm like, I can't speak. So this is going to be like less than like 15 seconds or even less. Actually not 15 seconds, but you get what I mean. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. So yeah, with this, the thing that I like, which I think is a fun idea, is in, not the last season, but the season before the last, you dealt with this weird, tiny, whiny where she sort of moved forward, yet there was a scene of her in the past, which is interesting. And I like this being like having humanity, huge spoilers, split up. And I find this interesting. And having multiple people trying to either bring back the other world or see what they could do with the people from the other side, which is fun as an idea. The idea of like two worlds being like, these two people on either side of the world were one world, also the Earth is still intact, but they're in two worlds, and then they might come together. Again, this is why I feel like, because the ions are so here, and maybe that's just a thing that's like, I feel like I'm missing information again, but I do like it. I do find it fun. Overall, again, I shouldn't have reviewed these anyway. I watched these in November and December of last year. Actually more November, anyway. I feel like there was a season 1 before it, but I couldn't find it, but there's online sources saying there is. Anyway, this two worlds thing I love, and that's all I'm saying. So yeah, the one thing this is fun, this is over, but it was fun while it lasted. I don't know why I'm saying this, like, it was fun while it lasted. Oh, this is no boat. But anyway, it is insane. So yeah, for something I shouldn't really review, to something that I love talking about. Doctor Who, doo-doo. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night.